come in your house and start killing the members of your family. I'm just going to put it to you because I ain't going to waste another bit of damn time with you. Because I'm not no damn entertainer sitting here making you feel good and you go out and living that damn life that you living and you think you can come back here and play me. I said he's coming in your house and start taking out members of your family that you love and the better ones among you and leaving the worst ones to suffer.
Last week, Dr. Michael Ryan, he's a leader at the World Health Organization, announced that in response to the spread of this virus, authorities may have to enter people's homes and remove family members, presumably by force.
In most parts of the world, due to lockdown, most of the transmission that's actually happening in many countries now is happening in the household, at family level. In some senses, transmission has been taken off the streets and pushed back into family units. Now we need to go and look in families to find those people who may be sick and remove them and isolate them in a safe and dignified manner.
Just so you know, we're coming to your house, seizing your children, and, quote, isolating them in a safe and dignified manner.
Who built it? The craft?
I don't know who built it, but what I found out is these things inhabit Saturn. That's where I first discovered them, and they're proliferating. They're now at Uranus and Jupiter. Wherever you see some rings now, why, that's one of these.
You see the craft?
Yeah, I call it a ring maker. Yeah.
Okay, you call it a ring maker.
Yeah. When I worked at Lockheed, I had documents that were indeed top secret. And then I got tapped to go behind closed doors.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And I was there for, till I got claustrophobia. I had to sign my life away for 30 years.
Wow. Is it still in effect right now?
No.
No? So could you tell me anything?
No.
You can't?
Mm-mm.
Why? What would happen?
I'd prefer not to find out.
Might have seen some craft in those hangars. Is that right?
It was my first clue that there was something in space that was different. Okay? And I found this one spot of data that really looked interesting. When I got it, you could tell it was something strange. I didn't, at that time, I have seen one on the ground in Antarctica.
You have?
Not personally, but an image of one which I wished I had cut out. Now these things can come in real low.
Yeah.
They're all sizes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same deal as airplanes. You know, they're Cubs and all that kind of. You know.
Right, and so when you're talking about the craft in the rings of Saturn, you're talking about something huge, right?
Yes.
Much bigger than we could even conceive of. I understand. What is it? I don't know. What was it? 70,000 square feet.
I could, in looking down on the rings, I could see parallel lines crossing the ring, all the rings at once. Mm-hmm. That's about as long as you can get them.
That's incredible.
But I could tell that those lines demarked the outside of an object.
Mm-hmm. So are you sort of saying, when you say you got claustrophobia, I don't know what that means. Do you mean that you became sort of tired of working in this above top secret area?
No, I'm not tired, and it was very exciting. I got to see everything that went on all over the world.
Wow.
Nothing much has changed.
Yeah? Okay, but have you heard that NASA alters their footage coming from the moon, etc.?
I know some of the things they do with it, yeah.
Okay, so even their footage is not always dependable, right? Although I guess it's dependable to begin with. It's just that they start altering it later.
I have been told by a very reliable source, he says, I thought we darkened that enough that you wouldn't find it.
Oh, yes. So you were finding things that they thought they covered up.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
That must have been a lot of fun.
And this guy says, well, I suppose you want me to go out and tell everybody about that. I said, no, I don't want to embarrass you. That doesn't make any difference to me. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. I'm just saying I found what you saw. Tell you, at this juncture, I don't know what I have. I finally went to put it in a vault that the people claim nobody can get in here, including the government. But unfortunately, somehow, somebody did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And what they do, they garble it. They run it through something and they garble it.
So it's no longer...
And sometimes there's just nothing on there. And I know that there should be something, and there's nothing. So I don't know how much of the early stuff I can put together. What I do know is I can put together it any time. I know pretty much what's going on.
And this is the ring, right? This part, this is the ring?
That ends up being the ring.
Yeah.
It's
And they're-
hot plasma.
Oh, really? Okay, so, and what your theory is they're manufacturing it, is that correct?
It comes, that's the exhaust from this thing.
From the craft?
Yes. It load a lot of energy, you know? And
Okay, but you're saying things are getting critical because I'm really curious. Are you saying that those craft are coming here? Is that why it's critical?
well, I'm saying, in effect, if they do, and there's a good probability that that is possible,
Uh-huh.
then, hey, you've got to get with it. You can't wait around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But you see, no one really in this country accepts the concept that at Saturn, those things are there.
Right.
People have got to be made to understand that those things are real.
Right. And you say there's something going on now. It's becoming critical, is how you're terming it.
Yeah, it's much more prevalent than what we saw in 1985 or a little earlier.
Meaning there's more activity on Saturn, do you think, or just more activity around this question about the rings and the craft in the rings?
Well, there's actual activity.
There is.
To start off with, Uranus, which is one of the other planets, did not have rings,
That's right.
but now it does.
Right.
See? And so that kind of thing is going on. And we really ought to get to the root of it.
Okay, do you have a theory on why Uranus suddenly has rings?
Well, sure, it's the exhaust. I would expect something to happen a little bit.
You would.
Yes.
When you say something to happen, what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that Stanford, as far as my own professional organization is concerned, it does not fit at all with their objectives.
So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings who are, maybe like us?
Yeah, I only go along with government images. And if you want to know about people kind of thing, there is the winter capsule at Alameda Naval Shipyard, and they have a picture there of I think it's the Apollo flight that Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
it's safe. 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
As you say, there are new rings around Uranus, and there's other activity on other planets too, isn't there? In the solar
Jupiter.
system? Jupiter? And what's happening with Jupiter?
It's getting rings.
It's getting rings. Okay, and are you seeing craft there as well? Vehicles, as you call them?
I haven't identified craft, but I can tell you that where there's rings, there are these things.
So we have these ring makers,
Yeah.
and they create tremendous energy.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about what you think is going on there? You've got any ideas?
I happen to been able to uncover what she saw.
Really?
Yeah.
And what did you...
I would say, I don't think they're mining the rings. I think they're nursing from the rings.
Oh, in other words, you think they're using the energy to power their craft?
Yeah, that's where new ones are getting their energy.
New vehicles are getting their energy?
Yeah. You start out small, just like a baby, and then you get bigger.
Oh, right, because you say that you believe they're sort of like alive. Do you believe they're plasma vehicles, what's called a plasma vehicle? Have you heard that terminology?
Well, I've never heard them called plasma vehicles, but I can understand why somebody might say that, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've heard that the vehicles out there they actually fly close to the sun, and they power themselves up on the sun, and then they go back into it.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. I've noticed some go in there, and it means that they're capable of withstanding those high temperatures.
Yes.
And so,
True.
yeah, they could get pumped up really nicely.
He extracted the language and pictured the people on Mars. The life that is on Mars is germane to that atmosphere. This is the only planet you can survive on. You can visit those planets in a contraption, but don't come out.
As far as Mars go, we have the most content and data on Mars because that's where the most content and data has come from the NASA research. And we've got probably around 38,000 images from Mars alone, anomalies depicting ancient civilizations that existed there in the past, and possibly a small remnant remaining there right now. They're not changed in any way other than just bringing the contrast down, because what they do is they turn the contrast up and then everything is whited out. We turn the contrast down, and basically that's all we do, and we also provide direct links to the source images. And the reason why I can say that is I'm actually part of a group called the United Family of Anomaly Hunters, and we've cataloged about 58,000 anomalies that we've downloaded from NASA archives, European Space Agency archives, and also Indian Space Agency archives now. And we've actually downloaded close to 1 million images, but out of that we got about 56 or 58,000 actual.
You can't make it. Ain't nobody coming from Mars to visit you. They want to give the credit to some Martians when it's really God and the host of his angels that have been prepared to wipe this nation from the face of the earth before the white man came into existence. Herpes, AIDS, syphilis, tuberculosis, all these diseases coming back and worse.
Continue to do it as it really gets. This will be probably the toughest week between this week and next week. And there'll be a lot of death, unfortunately, but a lot less death than if this wasn't done, but there will be death. We're looking for an obvious focus in the hardest hit regions. Some of them are obvious and some aren't so obvious. They spring up, they come, and they hit you like you got hit by a club.
The reason that the wheel is so important, I had my research team to look at every field of science that the wheel has garnered their observation and scientific analysis. And there is no branch of science that's left out of admiration, wonderment in their study of the wheel. These scientific disciplines include physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, aerospace, mechanical, chemical, material, electrical, civil, environmental, architectural, and aircraft engineering, communications, space propulsion, nuclear science, microbiology, genetic engineering, anatomy, ergonomics, botany, horticulture, toxicology, archaeology, linguistics, hieroglyphics, Arabic, philosophy, history, and paranormal communication. Paranormal communication. Paranormal communication.
What the sky just turned blue, bro? And it's making a noise, man. The sky's blue and it's making a noise, bro. What the is that, bro? Tweak, bro. It just turned blue, my, and it's making a noise, bro. Look at the sky, how it just turned, my. Bro, this whole sky just. Oh, nah, chill, nah, yo, get the yo.